We're live from the Chennai airport, and we're here. We are on our layover, and we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about things about this trip to India, this mini trip to India, and experience your wedding. And it's been a long time since I attended a wedding. This was beautiful. The aesthetics of an Indian wedding are magnificent. And I have this half mehendi on me, so it's pretty cool. But anyways, let's look at what has been happening in the world while we were away. Because obviously, while you're with family, while you're with India, while you are kind of in this routine or not in the routine of creation, it's a little bit hard to actually keep up with creating because everything has changed. My environment, the people I'm around, the food I'm consuming, the kind of conversations that I'm ingesting into my brain, everything is different. So what happens now? We didn't keep up with the routine. I'm really excited about the Twitter or X push for live streaming. We're gonna go all in on that now. As we reach network school, we are gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna do a massive push on live streaming on Twitter. I think that is gonna be incredible. I think this is the way to go ahead, where you are creating mainly, you are creating content. You are creating net new content over there, and everybody is creating net new content. We have a step function change. We already called Twitter as a public town square. So now we have a step function change where it goes from just text to real-time information, real-time consciousness of humanity, of everybody, of the people who are around the world. And from there, it becomes this real-time place of everybody, of consciousness, of humanity, of all these minds on earth, and everybody bringing their own art, their own perspectives and own experiences into this place. And then you have, and that's what economy is, right? You are giving, and other people are consuming, and then this give and take leads into transactions and an economy. So you need more and more of these places where you are creating, where you are giving, where you are producing. It could be content, it could be information, it could be an emotion, it could be anything. And then other people are also engaged in doing the same. And that transaction, transaction as a word might look weird. Transaction as a word might sound weird because we have attached a lot of negative connotation to transaction. But it is a transaction. It is a transmutation. It is a transaction. I'm looking for another beautiful word for transaction, but I can't think of it right now. But anyways, that's what's going to happen. There's so much interesting stuff happening on Twitter because the smartest people are now on Twitter. Twitter might have the smallest concentration, or Twitter might have the smallest number of people on it out of all the social media platforms, but it has the highest quality people talking about the highest quality information, talking about the most relevant things that are happening in the future. That even Mark Zuckerberg, when he has to announce his latest model, Muse 1.1, he is coming to X to do the same. He cannot just do that. He cannot just rely on his own platforms. Why? Even though he has billions of followers and billions of users on his own platforms, he cannot just rely on that, because yes, that is the place where he is gonna, I think there's an importance to both of them. It's not to say that you have to build a platform for everybody. Elon has a platform for the highest quality information, and Zuck has the platform for the world, for scale. His platforms are for the world. So yes, not everybody is interested in just constant intellectual stimulation. They are interested in other forms of stimulation. So who's gonna serve them? Zuck is serving them, which is And that's the reason that the entire economics over there works on scale and volume rather than highest quality, high ticket, and right. So let's look into this. Tell me more about Meta's latest Muse model. So we'll look into the Muse model and see what's happening over there. 1.1, the idea was to really like kill OpenAI and Anthropic on the pricing tier, because now you can pretty much produce a model, you can create a model that has the same capabilities, but you can give it out at 1/4 the price. Why? Because you have better monetization mechanisms. You're not relied on just investments. You have other sources of monetization. You have an entire coherent ecosystem with applications, with ads, obviously, and data centers, and now hardware. You have a lot of other ways of monetizing your entire business. New generation AI models from MSL, Alexander Lam, shifting away from open source lineup toward more proprietary product integrated and agent performance systems in metaverse and super intelligence. Use image, July 7. New Spark, flagship model, agentic task, multimodal understanding, enhance meta AI experiences across apps, 1 million token context windows for long-running tasks, maintaining memory access, memory across extended sessions, and context compaction. What is that? CNBC Meta enters the image model race and bid to grow advertising subscribers to the globe. Strong agentic performance orchestrates multi-agent systems. Tool calling. Adapts to new tools and CPU servers. Excels in complex real-world workflows like organizing events with dynamic updates, marketplace listings from video input. I think this is also interesting. Like, he has the data. Facebook, Meta, they have this data. That is going to be incredibly important. Like, what number of people have real-world, human-generated data, insights about what people want, what people are going after, what do people care about, who understands that the best is going to win. Simple. Computer use, navigates interfaces, writes scripts, navigation, handles evolving UIs, and combines perception action. Public preview for developers, OpenAI compatible with tool calling, aggressive pricing strategy, 25% of leading rates in discussions. Replace existing Llama models. So what exactly is happening with Llama models? We don't know. Meta's pushing for your AI with heavy infrastructure investment, custom chips, massive compute, agentic real-world utility integration with Meta's ecosystem of your open source release. Analyze Mark Zuckerberg's cohesive strategy over here for the aggressive pricing of Muse models and how it plugs into Meta's family of apps. Whisperflow is amazing. I've always loved Whisperflow, and it's incredible. So Grok is doing pretty good. Grok is performing pretty well. We are using Super Grok Heavy now. Very expensive subscription, but now we are getting really interesting data, and I think we can perform some really good analysis over here. Using all the power of these multi-agents and orchestration that Grok is using by default. I'm really excited to keep doing this. Yeah, the fact that we stopped it's interesting. I think sometimes it's good to mess up your routine, stop your routine. It's also important to really test my routine. That is the work that I'm doing. Can I do this in whatever situation and wherever I am? And what is the minimum feasible things that I need to make sure my work is, my flow states, my creative state is happening? How do we make sure that we make our creative state happen, no matter where we are, no matter what situation we are? So the basic simplest thing I need is my laptop, Wi-Fi, I need OBS, I need my laptop, I need Wi-Fi. That's it. That's it, and we can make it happen. We can make it happen anywhere. I can sit anywhere over here. The fact that I have a chair over here and I'm able to find a good spot with good lighting, that's all beauty. That's all icing on the cake. But the simplest thing I need for my system is, laptop and Wi-Fi. That's it. With laptop and Wi-Fi, you can make shit happen. Such strategy on Use 1.1, Elbow multi-layered play that combines aggressive pricing agentic, AI-focused deep integration into Meta's family of apps on infrastructure control and a hybrid open, closed, modern approach. Accelerate adoption of frontier-level AI while leveraging Meta's unmatched distribution and data advantages. China's open Anthropic and others on cost and real-world utility. Aggressive pricing is a core competitive weapon. Aggressive price is always going to be something that Meta is going to fight on. Pricing from some of the other AI labs is very extreme, and the margins are very high. We think that there's a real ability to build frontier or very high-level intelligence at a much more affordable cost. 425 per million output tokens, $20 free credits for new accounts. Significantly cheaper, often cited as roughly 25% of leading competitors' rates in comparable interviews. AI coding market to chase Anthropic. Goal is to really have attractive pricing that scales with immense consumption usage. Did it open? It didn't open. Major update to its new Spark AI model. Very aggressive and attractive compared with similar offerings from labs like Anthropic and OpenAI. Requiring developers to pay to access its new AI model. So who's winning over here? The only person who wins is the consumer. Who wins? The consumer always wins. The consumer is winning. The consumer is winning because the labs are fighting. They're fighting for business. They're fighting to keep themselves in business. The fight to keep themselves in business is driving them to offer cheaper and cheaper prices for the consumer. Access the technology via private API preview. Meta is making new models available through a developer portal as part of a web preview. Oh. My AirPods are not even being used. Why do I have my AirPods on? Alright, let's just put the AirPods down. Parfait. Okay. So, audio input is MacBook Air. Screen share is MacBook Air. Alright, perfect. Yeah, it's kind of really weird when I have my AirPods on. It just feels very weird to talk because you cannot hear yourself. I don't like that. Okay, this is way better. We're able to add themselves to a waitlist and be added from there over time, limiting API access to its own properties rather than making it available on third-party platforms like the Open Router Marketplace. Computer infrastructure that we have built. Originally codenamed Mango, model for creating images. Oh, they are directly going after Google. So Google is like, our models are called Our models are called banana. So Meta is like, okay, then we are mango. Okay, does this work? Kind of. Let's see. Does this work? Kind of. Okay. It's okay. I think this is okay. Coming under pressure from Wall Street to show a return on the company's massive and growing investment in AI infrastructure development while it's spending at the rate of its hyperscaler peers. Okay, this is also a very interesting thing about Zuck, right? Because Zuck was originally spending a lot on metaverse, and he spent billions of dollars on metaverse, billions of dollars on the reality headsets, and now he's again doing the same on AI, where he's not charging a lot. The performance is not like better than OpenAI and Anthropic. It's right there or a little bit below that, and there's pressure that, hey, you have invested so much money, show me the returns. Show me the returns. Okay. So Zuck is kind of under pressure, yes. Zuck is under a lot of pressure, right? Because earlier he was making a lot of investments in the metaverse, which didn't turn out exactly how they expected. And now again he has invested a lot in AI with the hiring of top AI researchers for millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. So tell me more about the pressure that Zuck is facing and the downstream effects of that. And many people have, I think there were a couple of people who joined Zuck, who joined the Zuck force, and they kind of left. They joined as part of this massive, what do we call that? This massive hiring spree of Meta, and then they left. They were no more part of it. Aggressive pricing as a core competitive weapon, volume over high margins. Roughly 25% of leading competitors rates in comparable tiers while delivering strong or leading performance in agentic tool use. Remove friction for experimentation, production, deployment of agents. I think this is going to be a big one, where if you give away the tokens at a really cheaper price on your platforms, people are going to experiment more on your platforms. More experimentation is going to lead to more people creating things and an economy generating on top of your platform. It's very interesting. And this is interesting. Another layer to this is that history kind of rhymes, right? So we have already seen a lot of games, a lot of developers building on top of Facebook platforms, Zynga, Farmville, and how Facebook killed them. Facebook pretty much killed them. So are they going to do the same thing this time? We don't know. We don't know, but you got to be careful because this is what they've been known for doing. Drives volume consumption, which Meta can handle efficiently due to scale. It pressures the industry toward thinner margins and more accessible frontier AI, which is good, which is amazing. 3-year silence on X to announce it personally, underscoring its importance. Very aggressive and Tracker noted it scales with immense consumption usage. Philosophical stance against extractive pricing and a bet that Meta can win on cost efficiency, plus performance, plus distribution. Focus on agentic capabilities that fit real-world use cases. Agentic workflows. Multi-agent orchestration. Main agent delegating to parallel sub-agents. Tool calling, computer use. Multimodal reasoning. Beyond chatbots to agents that do things for you. Dynamic marketplace listings from video. Health nutrition tools with interactive visuals. Coding, debugging agents, self-refining image generation. Data mode. Primary surface for thinking mode and advanced features. WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger rolling out enhanced AI. Creative tools in Instagram stories and WhatsApp. Social task, AI glasses and future hardware. Multimodal, on-device, low latency experiences. Creator and ad ecosystem, better tools for content generation. Billions of daily interactions provide real-world training signals that pure API players lack. Better models improve app experiences, engagement, retention, time spent, which boosts the core advertising business. Seamless user experience. AI feels native in stories or have agents handle tasks within messaging. Again, Meta has been known for not treating the developers really well, but they do have access to the most important messaging platforms, whether that's WhatsApp, whether that's Instagram DMs, whether that's Facebook for the older generation. So they are, if they integrate all these things right, they do have an incredible way to show, they do have incredible volume, incredible scale to show what's going to happen and how this agents within messaging system could not only look like but actually work if they actually push people to use it. Meta turns its social messaging dominance into AI distribution advantage. And I think at the end of the day, this is what we are seeing as well. Use AI as a tool for creation. There's going to be a time when you're going to use AI for all the things that you want to do. But afterwards, you want to use it to create things for people. It's going to get really boring if all you think about is that, oh, how do I use this AI to make money? And that's it. That's all you think about. You have to be creating for others. You use this as a tool to make other people's lives easier. And yes, money is the resource. Money is the resource that you allocate in the right way to make lives of people easier, to create things for them. But at the end of the day, it's a tool that you use, and it's not. This is not the end. This is the means to an end. Supporting infrastructure and vertical integration, aggressive pricing is sustainable because Meta is building the full stack. Custom chips, massive data center energy investments, control over hardware, software, data, and distribution, lower costs and reduces reliance on Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Hey Meta, Meta. This vertical integration supports. Yeah, Hey Meta doesn't sound really good when you are on with your Ray-Ban glasses, with your Meta glasses, and you're just like, Hey Meta, what are you doing? Hey Meta. But it's really cool that finally Meta will have one device that it's gonna control. From open source dominance to dual track. Introducing a paid closed frontier API for direct revenue. First real serious API for a non-open model. Enhancing the core ad engagement business. Muse. Why have they called it Muse? Meta Muse. And Llama, LLM, Llama. The paid API is a new high-margin adjacent revenue stream from developers and enterprises. Personal superintelligence at scale. Long-term framing is consistent. Maybe Zuck might win. If Zuck does the same thing that Elon wants to do. But obviously, Zuck has billions and billions of users on its platform. So Zuck can win at Elon's game by just copying Elon and applying it to its own specific context with its billions of users on its platform. So this is going to be an interesting thing to watch for. Ubiquitous platform rather than siloed chat interfaces. Can frontier level performance be sustained at these prices over multiple generations? Competitor responses. OpenAI actually said that they're going to reduce the pricing. So that is interesting. Monetization balance. How much new API revenue versus uplift to core ads engagement? Okay, let's see this one. Substantial pressure from the metaverse bets underperformance. Combined with Meta's aggressive high-cost AI pivot, including the blockbuster hiring on top talent like Alexander Wang via the $14.3 billion scale AI deal. Reality Labs, enormous losses, limited consumer traction. 80 to 84 billion, some reports cite 83.6 billion through 2025. 19 billion loss on only 2.2 billion in revenue. 4 billion loss on 402 million revenue. Fell far short of the billion users' vision. Widespread criticism, with some calling it one of tech's most expensive failures. Actions taken 26, multiple layoff rounds, including 10% of Reality Labs, additional hundreds in March, and a company-wide 10% cut. Cancelled open roles, studio closures and budget reductions, reports of up to 1/3 cut in metaverse-related spending and planning cycles. De-emphasizing broad metaverse VR in favor of AI-powered smart glasses and wearables. Stock volatility tied to spending perceptions. Scale AI deal. $26 capex guidance. Enormous internal token computer usage, token maxing talent packages for top researchers. Ecosystem build out. Strong core ad business provides a buffer, but heavy spending raises questions about ROI timelines, margins, capital allocation. Metaverse seen as a costly pivot failure. AI framed as the next make or break bet. High-profile talent moves and losses amplify scrutiny. Shifting priorities create employee uncertainty and execution pressure. Competitive. Lagging in some frontier model perception earlier. Need to deliver differentiated agentic AI that integrates deeply into apps while competing on price and capability. The core advertising business gives Meta financial runway that pure AI startups lack. AI glasses could create a stronger hardware AI flywheel. Repeated layoffs affect morale. Enormous cash burn. AI spending fatigue or valuation pressure, models don't deliver rapid, visible wins, contributes to broader industry arms race dynamics. Delivering reliable, user-friendly agents at scale, Zuck has referenced the mother test for intuitiveness while maintaining safety and integration. Acceleration, steady model releases, infrastructure scaling, news family, deep integration and Meta family of apps are central to the strategy. How does Elon Musk looks at the year 2026? How will the year 2026 will roll out based on his calculations and his predictions? Let's see. We'll do a quick dinner and we'll come back because this is interesting. We need to know what is happening. What is happening now? Pricing pressures competitors, accelerates talent movement, infrastructure build out globally, highlights tensions between vision-driven bets and near-term accountability. This is true. This is the start, a transformative banger year, start of the singularity with AGI or AI smarter than any individual human, arriving by the end of the year at latest. 2026 is the year of singularity. Inflection point. Exponential progress in AI, robotics, autonomy, and space converges. AI, robotics, autonomy, and space converges into visible world-changing breakthroughs. With broader societal shifts towards abundance, work becomes more optional over the following decade. Autonomy and humanoid robotics take center stage. Robotaxi and Optimus as the pretty giant ones for Tesla in 2026. Unsupervised FSD rolling out in dozens of major US cities by year-end and Cybercab mass production beginning. Optimus V3 launch, advancing humanoid robots toward general-purpose utility. Vast majority of Tesla's value with scaling to tens or hundreds of millions of units in the coming years. AI and robotics push with Grok integration expected to enhance vehicle robot intelligence. Tens or hundreds of millions of units in the coming years. Full reusability with Starship, key hope for milestone. Dramatically lower launch costs enable higher cadence. Self-sustaining cities on Mars within 20 years. Neuralink, scaling brain-computer interfaces, high volume production of BCI devices. Streamlined, almost entirely automated surgical procedure, threads going through the dura without removal. Fast insertion, lower cost, more compatible with anatomy, aiming for LASIK-like speed and safety. Restoring movement, speech, enabling new capabilities. Merging human and digital intelligence. AGI timeline. Intelligence explosion, with digital intelligence potentially exceeding all of humanity combined around 2030. XAI Grok is positioned to catch up rapidly and then pull far ahead. Synergies across its companies. Tesla, SpaceX, XAI, Neuralink. Supporting infrastructure, massive scaling of compute, including Markton solar-powered AI data centers in the coming years, and energy. Tesla, SpaceX targeting huge solar manufacturing capacity. Societal and economic outlook. Elon's calculations point to profound abundance. Sarva Shaktiman. Do we know each other? मेरे को याद नहीं है. Sarva Shaktiman. Elon's calculations point to profound abundance, work becoming optional, more like a hobby within 10 to 20 years as AI humanoid robots handle most tasks. More like a hobby within 10-20 years as AI humanoid robots handle most tasks, global economy potentially doubling in size in the 5 to 7 years, solar becoming the majority of global energy, long-term universal high income or similar abundance models as costs plummet and productivity soars. Productivity soars. Universal high income or similar abundance models as cost plummet and productivity soars. Solar becoming the majority of global energy. Global economy potentially doubling in size within 5 to 7 years. Traditional retirement planning may matter less in this new paradigm. He often stresses making humanity multiplanetary as insurance and accelerating technological progress on Earth. Exponential curves of AI computed energy. Tesla autonomy, robotics development, XAI model releases, Neuralink trials. Full widespread robotaxi fleets are confirmed AGI by December would represent major accelerations if realized on his schedule. The future arrives in force. AGI dawning, autonomy, humanoid robots scaling, Starship unlocking space, Neuralink advancing, human-AI symbiosis. Frames of excitement as the beginning of an era where technology fundamentally reshapes work, abundance, humanity's place in the cosmos. Companies are executing towards these milestones in parallel with heavy emphasis on AI as the core accelerate across everything. Alright, parfait. That's the stream. Merci.